Hey everybody, welcome to another video. So this is a market analysis for the first week of June 2026. So yeah, this video is going to be brief, not going to take much of your time. So I'll just be going through my watch list for this coming week, which mainly it's going to be like my top pairs, as well as I'll be going through my wild cards, right, for this week. So first and first, the DXY. What am I looking at, right? Let me just remove everything so that I can see everything. What is happening on the dollar index? We took out this high, as you could see, and we got this follow through, and we are still within this whole piece of price action. If I could go lower on the daily time frame, you're gonna see something here. Bear in mind how we more like worked and took out these areas, and we got this aggressive push high, taking into these areas. So the question is, could this be the formation of this, whereby this becomes a phase one, phase two, phase three close highs, or are we going to be responding from these areas for further shorts? Understand, and further go short to those lows. Yeah, come take out these lows. That's the question, right? And when you go on the daily, already I'm on the daily, the 4 hour time frame, you're gonna see something here. How price had already formed um structure here, right? Like already look at what is happening there. We had this molecule scoop. This low was taken out, then already we had broken below these areas, and already this was more of like a pullback. And already, what am I looking at? I'm still looking to see whether are we gonna get the sell-off and form something in this nature, right below these areas here, and this now starts to become the furthermore moves to the downside. Or another thing is, if we do what? If we obviously come tag into these areas back inside structure, in the sense whereby now this also becomes the extension, in the sense, why, right? We get this push out, we take out these areas, and now we start correcting and furthermore going along like this, right? Whereby now we would be responding from these areas, right? And the impulse, correction, impulse. So as I'm still more neutral just to see what's really gonna happen. And that's my analysis on it. UJ. So UJ, what am I looking at? USDCHF. USDCHF, I'm more long bias from how we are looking from a daily time frame perspective. If you could like pay attention towards like what happened here, you're gonna see something. This was your nice double top. We got this aggressive sell-off. We came and took out these minor inflections, right? So what am I looking at? And look at what's happening. We got the follow through. We broke this near area value, and already we are still more in this recovery of this aggressive sell-off, which I believe was news or something, fundamentals. And when you go on the 4 hour, look at what happened here, right? And already I'm paying attention towards like this whole piece of price action here, right? What happened here? How price broke out of the structure, and already we are tagged into this, and I'm still looking to see whether could we develop into a structure like this, come back into this being the ideal 1 2 3, whereby I'll be looking to entertain the IE, the insurance entry from this whole structure here, right? That's the whole idea. Or another idea still there, which is possible, right? Could we be doing this, come to tag into these areas, whereby also this would be a nice bit of structure, whereby now we come tag into these minor inflections, right? We come tag into these minor inflections, push high continuation, something that I might also like prefer, which is still valid, whereby you still playing the what, you're still playing the phase one, phase two, phase two, phase three. And the thing I like about like this whole idea is, even if when I go for the IE, I'll be looking to manage minimum at these highs, right? Which would be about like 2%, probably lock in 1% before anything. Or could be like in the good case scenario, let me show you something. In the good case scenario, this would be about like a 3%, like this, simple. Yeah, those has maybe stops around your 18 or something, and that is a 3% to the high, simple piece of price action. What's next is Aussie USD. AUD USD, what am I looking at, right? So the Aussie dollar, I'm looking for shorts here. Why am I looking for shorts? Is based on like how we are looking and where we are, right? As you could see something here, how we broke out this from this bit of accumulation. Same thing, we got this impulsive price action, and what happened? We got this aggressive sell-off, taking out these areas. So normally in a trending kind of market, what happens, especially when we break the structure, look at what happens. We got this aggressive sell-off taking into these areas, and already we are correcting, right? So this already is screening short because already it's not respecting this area in most cases, especially when we come tag into this more like your area of value, looking at how price broke this high. We normally come back in a manner of your nice 1 2 3 coming to take into these areas, push high, this becomes the structure. Same thing, but what's happening here isn't your most typical price action. This is your correction. Look at this. Still looking to play the phase one, phase two, phase three. Possibly at these last areas, whereby also this could be the possibility of price to come back in these areas and now start to give you this whole idea to furthermore go long, right? That's the whole idea with this one. So I'm looking for shorts here, right? And when you go lower, you're going to see something, right? How price is looking at this point, right? Look at this. We took out this area and look at how we started forming. This was a nice bit of structure. This was your nice gap, and look at how price responded. And I'll be looking for the pushback inside structure, bit of continuation here, and I'll be looking to play the phase one, phase two here, and phase three at these near inflections, right? And when you go on the hourly, just to refine it closely, you're gonna see this was your nice extension, right? And we left the gap towards the initial low, something like this. And this is how everything is looking in this manner. So push down, continuation here is ideal, bread and butter for me, right? This will be a very good idea. So anything other than that, NZD USD. So NZD USD, weekly time frame perspective, what am I looking at? I'm still more neutral with this, right? Based off like where we are and how we've been moving. This is the weekly time frame perspective. What is happening? This is the initial highs, and already this was your near high that price came tag into. So it's two things. Could we furthermore go long and take out those areas, or could we be responding from these short-term moves here, right here, right? And when you go on the daily, you're gonna see something. Why am I putting emphasis at the possibility of like shorts here? Is this bit of structure here? Understand? As you had this beautiful 1 2 3, phase one, phase two, phase three, push back inside structure, continuation would make perfect sense, right? Another thing is the internal 1 2 3 kind of structure, which makes it much probable for price to turn around. So the only thing that makes this price less likely that it actually might be retracing is the fact that this aggressive what you call candle that came tagging to these areas, right? It's impulsive, right? And bear in mind that this could easily furthermore continue to go long, or even when you go back on the daily, these becomes your back end. You see these 1 2 areas here, this also becomes something much in the sense, right? And further goes long, right? So in this case, I'll be looking to capitalize with the push high continuation within this small version of a continuation here, right? And this will be a very good idea to go target the highs, babe. So that's my take on NZD USD. The next pair it's KiwiCAD, not KiwiCAD, the GBPCAD, right? So GBPCAD, to start off everything, but where are we? How are we looking? I think this, oh yeah, same thing here. We still within this 1 2 3. Wait, yeah, this is a nice 1 2 3 kind of PA taking into these areas, right? So nice structure there. We got the follow through. I'm still looking at this. Whether is it the correction to furthermore go long, or is this the possibility of the the development in the sense, right? That's my take on it, right? And when you go on H4, you're gonna see something here. What is happening here? This is the H4 perspective. We tagged into these minor inflections here in a manner of your nice 1 2, and that's a 3, right? So I'm still looking to see whether could we be responding from these areas, right? Let me show you something here. Let me remove this. Okay. Oh, what is happening now? Back to chart. Anyway, so look at this. What is happening? We left the gap towards the initial. Okay, these are the near areas for price to further turn around from, right? And look at what's happening here. We broke back inside the structure, and this is the possible development of structure. If this occurs, this will be a very good trade to look at, right? That's my whole idea with this one, whereby you will now start to look to take this here and stops slightly below and to those highs. That would be about like your 4-5%, right? So that's the most safest entry, because if this develops, obviously there's no reason for price to not play out. This is the near areas whereby you now start to expect your development. But normally playing the phase one, phase two, phase three makes perfect sense in this scenario. So that's how I'm looking to play this trade. The next pair is Euro Aussie. So Euro Aussie, it's not your really most best, but when you look at it, you're gonna understand everything, right? Daily time frame perspective. Look at where we are and where we are responding to. So this is your area that price came and tagged, and when you, oh, this is not your high, this is your low, right? And you could see we got your follow through, right? And we go on the 4 hour, which is very important. You're gonna see something where we responded from, right? We responded from an inflection, and this on its own, it shows us that, oh, how we're responding, it's more corrective, something just to be more mindful of, right? So what am I looking at here? I'm still looking to see whether could we get that counterplay for price to go seek a better area of value, because already how we are responding from this one, it's more corrective, right? And we're still holding from this low, right? Which makes it much probable that we might be getting those sell buys in the coming few days, right? Something in this nature to come and capitalize from this, whereby now this becomes a phase one, phase two, phase three as a completion in this sense, right? Yeah, in this sense. So I'm just gonna see whether which last line are we gonna like contact, whereby if you go on the hourly, you're gonna see something. You have these small like minor footprints whereby price could also come and grab, get your pushback inside structure, get a pushback inside this whole piece of structure, whereby now you're still looking at this as a 1 2 3. Yeah, that's the extension, that's the 1 2 3, right? And you're looking to see whether could we get the break back inside, whereby now this becomes the base, and already this becomes the whole idea, whereby now this becomes the 1 2 3 phase, come tag into these areas, right? So that's the whole idea that you're trying to play here in this sense, and looking for the IE within this piece of price action would make perfect sense to go long like that. That's how I'm looking to capitalize on the structure. The next on my wild cards, it's simple. Euro USD. What am I looking at? I'm looking for shorts, but I'm more neutral with it, because it could easily like develop into a long idea, whereby, let me show you, if I could come on daily, you're gonna see something here. First and first, where are we responding? We're responding from these minor areas of value, whereby it gave us this aggressive sell-off, right? So already what is happening? We got this push down. This was your first continuation push down, and already we are right below this area. And what is happening? We are forming a continuation. So it's either we could be responding from this 1 2 3 phase, 1 2 3 phase, go long, or we could be furthermore going short, right? And the DXY going long, right? That's the whole idea. And let me, if I could go lower, you're gonna see something here. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at these areas here. Look at that. That's a 1 2 3, right? And if I could like take my thing here, you're gonna see this whole piece of structure here. It's not your most best, but you could see your sections. This was more of your middle section V type. Yeah, middle section V type, and you got this push high there, like more like in this sense, right? And it's much visible when you refine it on the hourly. You're gonna see something here. It's not your most best kind of structure, you understand? But yeah, one would look at it in the sense, and you start to look for follow through, come take into these areas, and now start to develop something more like a flag. Wait. start to develop something more like a flag in this nature, right? But one thing to also highlight is that you could now start to see what is happening here, right? How price didn't take the low, but instead it responded from these areas, pushed high, formed this, and now already what is it doing? It actually might be coming to tag into this as your last line and give you a push high continuation, whereby also this becomes the whole idea for long, right? So that's my take on it. I'm just more neutral, but the idea for sure is still in is still more probable. And the next pair is GBP AUD. So pound Aussie, what am I looking at? I'm still looking at the fact that we are responding from this low. Daily time frame perspective, what is happening? You could see something here. You got this push high, and this was your continuation. You're still looking to play the phase one, phase two, phase three to these highs. That's the whole idea, right? And when you go again on the 4 hour, you're gonna see something here. Same thing. You understand? So this was a nice structure taking into a minor inflection. You understand? Look at the extension. That's a 1, 2, 3 type of extension, right? And we came tag into these series, and we were right set in the 50% Fibonacci of the size of this impulse and the correction, right? So I'm still looking to see whether could we get the breakback inside structure continuation to furthermore go long. That's my whole idea on this one. And Euro Pound, which is my second last pair. Mm, Second last pair Euro Pound. I'm still looking to see whether Euro Pound is it going to give us the development, right? So as you could see here, we responded at these lows here, 1 and 2, and we got the follow through. So I'm still playing the phase one, phase two, phase three to those highs. Simple piece of price action, right? And if I could remove everything and go on the daily, not the daily, the H4, let me remove this and the H4 and go on the hourly. You're gonna see something here. We have this areas here, and looking to see whether already prices had left the gap. Still looking to see whether could we now start to be forming this and this continuation to further go long. That would be a very beautiful structure for me when I look at it, right? So that's the whole idea. And lastly, GBP JPY. GBP JPY, I'm still looking for your further developments of a structure here. Let me show you something here and remove this, right? Daily time frame perspective, you could see it's more like playing the reversal kind of idea. Let me remove everything. Look at how we are trending and like how price is moving and keeps on moving, right? How these highs were taken out there, we tried to sell off, and what happened? This was more of like your correction kind of PA, and already we have broken out this area, and I'm still looking to see whether now could this also be the furthermore push high, right? Minimum areas would be those highs, right? Just to see how, because price, this is how price has been moving in a way, right? And if you could now start to pay attention, you're gonna see like these areas they were taken out. This high was taken out, but didn't tag into the initial low. What happened? That was your nice 1, 2, 3. Pushed high, take these areas out, sell off. What happened? This becomes the structure, and already we could see how it's failing, right? And how large this is compared to the initial impulse, right? So I'm still seeing this as more of like your recovery. And when you go in the 4 hour, you're gonna see something here, right? Look at this. Take your drawing and just put it here, right? And you're gonna see. I'm still looking to play the phase one, phase two, phase three at these areas, right? But just to be more cautious because we are not positioned the most best. So I'm still looking to see whereby could this be the structure. We had this kind of idea, and now you're looking at this whereby now price comes tags into this areas, right? And now this becomes a push high, and you're looking to play the impulse correction impulse. Understand? So that's the whole idea. That is my watch list. Otherwise, thank you once again for taking your time and sharing. Thank you once again for taking your time and being here. And yeah, man, see you on the next video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and comment there. I'd like to hear your thoughts on like the pairs that you have for this coming week that are looking, good as well. So yeah, man. See you.